Yeah, I'm Tyree. Welcome you today to this interview with the founder of Karmic Christianity, Deacon Beacon. So, Deacon Beacon, how did you discover this movement?
Well, me and my wife, both together, like so many people, we kind of complaining about the state of affairs in society in general. You know, it's very easy as you get older, get a little cynical, and so we finally decided to start doing something about it instead. But let's just ask ourselves the same question. You know, you're complaining about politics, you're complaining about money, you're complaining about just the general tension in society that a lot of people feel. And what I set out to do is to just trace it all back, like we go back to our school days. Remember fractions, the lowest common denominator? Remember that?
Yes.
Just try to trace it, make it simple. You know, what is the root cause? And the more I thought about it, I thought about just a lack of common decency, what we used to call morality. You know, and then it dawned on me, you know, I haven't gone to church in 30 years. I was raised Catholic. I don't know about you. Were you ever gone to church when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was Methodist. I'm Methodist.
Methodist, okay. Yes. And a lot of the brothers I knew, they were Baptists. They invited me to their church. I never wanted to go back to my church. They were having more fun in their church. They were singing and just crazy, you know, praise God with all the gospel music. That really pure Baptist gospel music. I just love it. But who does that as much anymore? Does this next generation, are their kids going to the church the way we used to?
No.
Even the one before that, maybe not. But the one before that, definitely most of us did. So we're not that far removed. But now I'm thinking, like, maybe that's part of the problem, and it's not really like anybody's fault. I don't blame myself for not going to church. I sort of blame the institutions as much as anything else, because they haven't really kept up with modern times. We have so many alternatives now for entertainment and excitement. Everybody in their hand now holds a computer more powerful than the lunar module that first went to the moon. There's more computing power in the palm of your hand, where you can just find whatever video game, whatever sensual or seductive video you want to watch at any second. So those are powerful alternatives to the tedium of going. Why would you want to go to church? It's not very exciting.
No,
they have not. So between me and my wife, we decided, you know what? They haven't kept up with modern times. And we have taken, she's about the same age as me. We took it for granted. We could walk away from all that and just take it for granted that the next generation is going to have the sort of moral foundation that we had, that came with some of that boredom that we're talking about. But at the same time, you're getting some information about, hey, maybe it isn't a good thing to kill your neighbor. Maybe it isn't a good thing to screw your neighbor's wife. You know, things like that. The things that they teach you in church. But now, where are they getting that from? They're not getting it in church. They used to give you a little bit of that in school. Believe it or not, as hard as it is to believe. Do you remember that there used to be 10 commandments in the school? In the school, exactly. And of course, now you probably would get guillotined for that, you know.
And now, exactly.
And so, and they're not going to get into schools. And where do they go? On this internet thing? You're going to find it on Facebook. You're going to find a lot about morality on there. You know what morality is now on social media? Is whatever benefits me now in the moment. Isn't that right?
Exactly.
It's called moral relativism.
That's
the term that the philosophers use that is really applicable to when you have no foundation. Everything is relative. You know? Hey, this is cool now because you're interviewing me. Next minute, I might just stab you in the back because you got $50 over there. You know,
pretty much.
So that is not a basis of morality. That the fabric of society starts to deteriorate. So, just to keep it simple, we're already getting a little bit off the track here. Also, I want to make it fun. The church was boring, for the most part. Except when they were singing, and you know, the priest gets up there in a robe and blah, blah, blah,
makes you want to swallow the sleeve.
So let's make this new thing. If we come up with it, my wife and I said, let's make it about song and celebration if we can.
Exactly. Is that okay?
And you know, action.
Exactly.
One of the mantras we have at Karmic Christianity is feeling good by doing good.
Okay. That's a good slogan.
Yeah,
that's the perfect
if you see
slogan.
right here on the home page, we got the essential bridge between the traditional religions of the past and the spiritual enlightenment of our future.
Okay.
Enlighten mind, body, and spirit.
Right.
Just real briefly, this isn't just about reading out of the Bible is not going to be our text for this, although I don't discourage people from reading the Bible.
Okay.
This is the difference between this modern day movement and so many of the pop culture figures you see. There's a guy that's on HBO that has a comedy show, I'm not going to mention by name, that comes to mind, where every time he turns around he likes to bash Christians. How stupid they are. They believe in this bearded guy in the sky. Ha 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 ha. Okay, well, I've drifted away from that myself, but I don't like to make fun of people that still have the faith.
Right.
They've got something that I used to have that I wish I still had if it was up to date and pertinent to my life now.
Wow.
And so, rather than ridicule the believers, I think you can still be a Catholic, still be a Methodist, still be a Southern Baptist, and still be a Karmic Christian.
Karmic Christian, exactly.
A Karmic Christian. You know why? Is because what we've done is, one of our mantras besides feeling good by doing good, is one of the things I was going to say, is simplify to unify. Okay, instead of 10 commandments, we've got what we call the Karmic Creed. And if I want to read this to you real quick, see if we can pull this up on our internet connection is so great here. All right, here we go. Our creed. We believe that people can unite and make the world a better place, and that the way to best accomplish this is by associating with others who share this belief. Okay? Now, you go to the Bible, you get somebody... I've had band members. I'm a rock and roll guy, if you can't tell. Been in bands most of my life. And I've had younger band members come to me. They're doing drugs. Their girlfriend left them. They're getting screwed over somehow or another. They want to get out of the hamster wheel that they're in that's just repeated frustration. And I have handed people Bibles, because I know it's my root. I've handed them... And I had one of my bass players in Las Vegas, one of the bands I was in, come back, 22-year-old bass player, second girlfriend with one illegitimate child already. Well, no, just his life's already in chaos, you know. And he's trying to do the right thing. He come back to me a week later with that Bible. Can you help me with this? He's on the first page of Genesis, the very beginning of the Bible, because it's so with all the these and the thous and the thuses. He couldn't even get past the first page of Genesis. And it dawned on me, with the way they're educating the kids nowadays, even if you give them a Bible, they're not going to be able to read it.
Because they don't. Yeah, exactly. They don't.
Even if they wanted to read it, which they don't want to do because it's like this thick and so boring. So it dawned on me: simplify to unify. Let's boil this thing down. This creed I just read the first sentence of is only 4 sentences. There's only 3 more sentences to the entire. What instead of 10 commandments? This one thing. If you can say you believe in the Karmic Christian creed, you're a Karmic Christian. That's why I'm saying you can be a Catholic, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Jew, you can be anything. You ought to be able to say you're a Karmic Christian too. Because it's like let's just say you want to be a lifeguard. You have to learn how to swim first.
Exactly.
Okay. So all of a sudden I'm a lifeguard. I'm out there on Venice Beach getting all the babes and everything, looking good, right? But can't you also say I'm a swimmer?
No.
You can't say I'm a swimmer if I'm a lifeguard? Well, of course, you have to be a swimmer to be a lifeguard.
Exactly. You gotta be.
So I'm a swimmer. So basically, if you're a Catholic, it'd be like saying that I'm a Karmic Christian. Karmic Christian is like the shallow end of the pool, basically. It's for the beginners. And but what's great about it is it can be the first step on the path, or it can be the entire path. This is how I've designed it. And really, I've put a lot of thought and effort in this for the last couple of years to come up with this. So we start off with saying that we want to make the world a better place and we want to associate with others who share this belief. Okay, that makes sense. We believe karma is the equivalent of the golden rule, and this axiom unites all peoples of the world in this our common philosophy. And this is the key, the basic thread. What we set out to do to simplify. Look at all the world's major religions. Is there a common thread that runs through all the world's major religions? It took me a while to figure this out. Most of your scholars, even people who are just purely secular, not religious, that just study religion as a subject, will divide religion into East and West. Eastern, mainly Asian countries, and then all the Western. And there's only 3 Western religions, 3 major Western religions: Judaism, all the forms of Christianity that we were brought up with,
right.
and Muslims.
Right.
And that's it. That's all there is in the West. I was kind of surprised that was basically for the major religion.
Okay.
Now in the East they got a whole ton of stuff.
Okay.
But the underlying theme I found in the East that seems to percolate through all of them is the concept of karma.
Karma. Okay.
Whether it's Confucianism, Taoism, Hinduism, any of the Eastern religions, they seem to have the theme of karma in there. Like the idea of reincarnation is what goes around comes around. If you're good in this world, your next life will be a step up, or it could be a step down, depending on how you were. So that's a basic karmic principle right there.
Okay.
And so then, so that seems to be a theme over there on that side. What's the equivalent on the Western side? Where can I find something like that? And it's very simple if you think about it. One figure that everybody on the Western religion looks up to, that I could go back to. Moses was one actually, but that's too far back. Jesus is one that even the Muslims, even the fanatical Muslims that just as soon slice our head off right now, that they're in the news a lot, you've heard about them, I'm sure.
Right, exactly.
Don't like to emphasize that, but the fact is I've talked to some of these Muslim brothers. We work with some of them. We're actually working at LAX right now. Sorry to say that, but it's true. Until somebody gives us a good donation, we're stuck at LAX right now. But anyway, these a lot of those drivers are Muslims over there. And they flat out tell me that they look to Jesus as a prophet.
Right.
Okay, they don't think of him as a savior the way Christians do.
Right.
But they still consider him a prophet, somebody to be looked up to.
Right.
And even he was a Jew to begin with, and then Jews consider him a prophet as well.
Right.
So there's a very respected figure that runs through all of Western religion who is known, most famously known, for espousing what we call the Golden Rule. Which you remember from your childhood teachings what the Golden Rule is? Do unto others.
Yeah, do unto others as do unto you.
Yeah, do unto others as you would expect them to do unto you.
Right, that's the Golden Rule.
Okay,
exactly.
Doesn't that sound a lot like karma to you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To me, that's what goes around comes around.
Exactly.
Okay, and so I have tried to get this thing off the ground and run into some of my musician friends that put on the Malibu Guitar Festival over there. I told them about this about a year ago at the last year's one about what I'm doing, and they're, you're never going to fly with the Christianity in the name. And I said, well, why not? Because people are afraid of using the word Christianity nowadays. Because of people like that guy on HBO that have browbeat them to death to make them feel afraid.
Right.
But then again, we don't blame the people from walking away from the tradition. But to deny that this isn't a country that was founded on Judeo-Christian principles would be ignorant of history. And there's too many people out here trying to rewrite history right now.
Right.
And just to be true. If Karmic Christianity is about anything, it's about a search for truth.
Truth. Exactly.
I want you to know that right now.
Okay. Yep.
I would just as soon take whatever it is you have under the sink over there for me to just Drano whatever it is, call it a day, than to pretend that I'm doing something that isn't about truth.
Because the truth,
right now, the truth is being lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
I believe right now that the first thing you lose in a society when you lose your moral foundation is truth.
Right.
Truth becomes just as relative to everything else. What are you supposed to believe in?
Right.
All right?
Right.
So, there it is. There's that common thread. Karma, the equivalent of the Golden Rule. Second sentence of a 4-sentence creed that is the basis. Let's go to the third sentence.
Okay.
Leaving open the possibility of a higher power, we profess that the noblest expression of righteous living is to do the right thing simply because it is the right thing to do, without regard to any threat or reward from forces far beyond our understanding.
Okay.
Now that's kind of an epiphany moment right there.
Yeah.
And it's also going to get a lot of criticism for the real Bible-thumping, born-again, the kind of people that the guy on HBO likes to make fun of all the time, which I can understand why at this point, because they'll come at you and they'll say, if you don't accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you believe that He ascended into heaven, you're going straight to hell.
Right.
You better reform yourself right now.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the kind of shit that scares a lot of people away, especially the younger generation.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
we
do here. Not only did I want to find a common thread that would unite all the world's religions instead of dividing everybody up, I wanted to leave this open for people who had their. Because I'm a doubter.
Okay.
You're talking to a founder of spiritual movement
Okay.
who
Okay.
doesn't necessarily believe in God.
Uh-oh.
I'm what you would call agnostic.
Okay.
Whoo, boy, there's
Wow.
some of the true believer Bible couples just fainted right now, and they're going to be emailing us about how, this is just another cult, blasphemy, blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? If you got your thing, this is the difference between me and that other guy. Is I'm not going to ridicule you.
Right.
Don't ridicule me for
Right.
trying to find a path.
Right. Right.
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah.
You got there,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. You ought to be able to say that what we're doing is at least trying to get to where you are,
Right. Where you are.
or
Exactly.
be comfortable where we're at and still believe in something that's meaningful
Right. Right.
and inspirational.
Exactly.
Okay?
Okay. Right.
So now, for the first time that I can think of in my life,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a spiritual movement.
Okay.
I don't even want to call it religion because that scares too many people
Right,
away.
okay.
But
Spiritual
something
movement.
that
Right.
you can believe in,
Right.
even if you have doubts about whether or not there's a God. And I'm not going to make fun of you. Nobody here is going to make fun of you.
Right.
I don't think there's any way to in a scientific modern day culture. I don't know how you could really look at it any other way. I mean, but I don't want to go too far into that. But
Right.
it's part of being the all-inclusive, uniting East and West. Everybody here.
Yeah.
The only people, even an atheist, even if you flat out say there's no God, if you can treat other people the way you want to be treated yourself, follow the golden rule, and understand that that's basically the same concept as karma, you're on board. I'm going to welcome you on board of this thing. And the final sentence of the 4-sentence Karmic Creed, Karmic Christians believe that our lives improve in direct proportion to the positive impact we make on others we encounter today and all the days of our lives.
Right.
So rather than going back to the other sentence about we're doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do without any threat or reward from forces far beyond our understanding. The old expression that the religion is the opiate of the people to try to keep people in line from threat. You're going to go to hell if you don't do this, if you don't do that, if you don't do that.
Right. Keep
Okay.
Right.
I don't want a bunch of people involved with this that are looking over their shoulder, walking on eggshells all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Afraid. Exactly.
We have positive energy coming out, and we know that it's going to come back to us. We know that. I mean, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
This is one thing I'm going to go out and... Want to see a miracle? You're talking about people who aren't rich right here.
Right. Exactly.
But we're rich in spirit.
Exactly.
And as a musician, I have had the privilege, I've been in a lot of bands, most recently a little bar band out in Vegas and stuff. That was like 4 or 5 years back, so it hasn't been that recent.
Okay.
But I grew up in San Diego playing bands from when I was in high school.
Okay.
Just a bar band kind of guy.
Right.
Never made it big, but I did get a chance to warm up for some of the big acts.
That's good. That's
I did. Sometime that warm up slot opens up and you're in there.
Yeah.
And I've been backstage with some big people. I don't want to mention right here.
Okay.
These people I've seen with my own eyes, millionaires,
Okay.
snorting coke,
Wow.
cynical,
I believe
depressed.
That. I believe that.
Like there's you've got everything that I want to have,
Right.
and you're what are you doing?
What you doing? Exactly. Why are you destroying yourself with this poison?
So we're rich in spirit because we know that if we carry ourselves with this aura around us of something that we believe in that's righteous, that it will come back to us. And I can guarantee you people that want to get involved with this, and I can show you how later, that's what we'll do more videos about later, is how just starting with very little, you can make this positive step in the right direction.
Okay.
And your life will improve as well as the lives around you, and that's what we need. And bring us together.
Yeah,
let's talk about what can bring us together. Because too many times I turn on the TV now, especially anything to do with politics, about how this side is bad and this side is evil and this side, enough of that.
Exactly.
Enough of that.
Enough of that. Exactly. You need to change the world.
As much as I sort of have mentioned already, I've walked away from the traditional religions because. They just haven't kept up, and they're a little bit boring. Whatever you want to say about them, they've got their own scandals to talk about.
Right.
They did provide a touchstone where people used to come on Sundays, put aside their differences, and just that very ritual brought people together. Right. It's not happening anymore.
No, it's like everybody's.
But I have a feeling that we're onto something here.
Okay.
That can bring people together again. And look at the original design Karmic Cross you're going to get to. I've talked too long already, so we've got a lot behind this. This Karmic Cross is an original design where the crossbar of the standard traditional cross is replaced by an infinity symbol.
Okay.
That it's basically like what goes around comes around.
Okay.
And it's also in the form of a Mobius strip, which is a
Very
geometric
nice.
oddity of itself that wraps around itself.
Okay. Yeah.
Look into that some more.
I like that.
And I really want to spend some more time with you when we have more time. Tyree, in the future. Taking time out of your day to do this, you know.
So, Mr. Beacon. Yeah, my man.
We're gonna
see more.
We're actually musicians and comedians too. We're gonna get a little bit more light on this, but we also wanted to lay down a foundation that makes sense for you folks.
Exactly. So
www.karmicchristianity.org. It's all projected here on the screen, so you can subscribe. We do fun events where we go. Tonight I'm getting ready to go to this iHeart Music Festival concert at the Forum with a bunch of our people, because it's about song and celebration.
Lovely. Yeah.
We're not boring. We're gonna get out and we're gonna have some fun.
For sure.
So thank you for this moment.
So you get that information. Hope to hear from you guys and see more to come. Peace.
Thank you, Tyree. Thank you, Tyree, brother.
Let's tell him, man.
All right.
That's it.
That's a good